Hello, my beautiful badgers. Messicoda back again with another live dev interview. This time it's with Shrinkray Entertainment, and I think I'm in love. I don't know how I lived without their assets, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to be in love too as soon as you watch this video. We play about with Perfect F, Superposition, the editor portals, and Task Atlas. Sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a second. You ready? Shall I do the intro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Sure.
Everybody sitting at home in front of your Google Watches, your Alexa mirrors, your Amazon wonderful microwave PCs. Give a warm and messy welcome, and the popcorn bit gamey, to Shrinkray Entertainment, Atoms in the Void, creators of Task Atlas, Superposition, Perfect F, which, by the way, was your first one, I believe, and I can't ever stop thinking of Perfect F as being a profanity word, and the new rebranded editor portals. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Thanks. Thanks for having me on. I'm really happy to be here. Been a long time fan.
long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I think early on, like a lot of your like tutorials and just general information about Unity and all that kind of got me started into this game in the first place. So
no
it's kind
way.
Kind of trippy to be on the stream now.
I do apologize for the awful misinformation that you've given.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs to fix, but afterwards we got all smoothed out.
I love it. I love the feedback I get of like really old videos. Like, this is great, but this bit doesn't work. Like, well, I don't remember what I did. It worked at the time for Unity 4. Leave me alone. Just go away.
This is entertainment. It's not supposed to actually work.
Exactly. Does it somewhat work? Yeah, it somewhat works, but that's what game development is. It's all smoke and mirrors, baby. It's all smoke and mirrors.
As we say in the business, it's directionally correct.
Yeah, I love that. Big Gamey says, definitely a warm welcome. It's 101 Fahrenheit. Oh my word.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So let us know a little bit about yourself, because we know you from the Discord, but we only know as much as you want to tell us, and the random memes that you like to post. But tell us about the man behind the legend. That is.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, I've been developing now for about 3 years directly in the asset store, but I've been toying around with Unity for about 6 years. I hail from Canada.
It's okay.
Yep. So one of your colonies.
It's not your fault.
That's all right. Yeah, we got away from Britain without having to fight a bloody war, so that's pretty cool.
You didn't have to throw any tea away or anything like that.
Go in our own merit.
Fine.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I have a love for video games. I've always had it all my life, and I really wanted to get into this world in some manner. I started off, doing the cliche, I'm going to make my own MMORPG, going crazy with very lofty, unrealistic goals and so forth. But I feel like that's the best way to learn something, is like really challenge yourself, really push yourself to the limit, and you'll fail hard, but you'll get further than you would have gotten if you were humble about it, right? So I kind of feel like a lot of the things that I was trying to do ended up kind of landing in a lot of these assets that I created. Like, for example, what we're looking at right now is the Task Atlas trailer here. And the idea behind this is that, I was using all sorts of task managers and so forth to keep track of things, but they weren't in Unity. And so I really wanted to make sure that a lot of these things can be captured on the scene, especially like with the sticky tasks and so forth. You can actually, if you have bugs or if you're working on some sort of landscape and whatever, like there's just something's not adding up, and you just don't want to deal with it right now. Making a game is big. Like, there's so many things to do in it, especially if you're a one-man crew or a small crew of 2-3 people and so forth. There's so many big ideas you want to just jot down, and you're going to be working on it for half a year to a year or longer. Unless you're just asset flipping and you don't really care, then you don't have to worry about task management.
Dirty.
But if you're making something serious, you really got to keep track of these things, right? So I really wanted a place to put those ideas down. It's got a few funky features too that's well beyond just a task manager as well that we're gonna preview real time once we get to there. But it actually all started, if you go to the video Perfect. This one here. It started with this one. This is actually my first perfect and this one here is actually my first asset.
Do you know what? I'm going to share my screen with you because there's possibly like there's a lag.
Oh, is there? What are you
looking at right now? I'm if you're watching, I'm going to share my screen on the Discord so that you've got me in real time. That would be more helpful.
Echo.
Stella says that she likes calendar, by the way. But we all like calendar. Don't worry, we're only teasing. We can't not because fresh meat will hunt us down if we say anything bad about Canada.
Canada actually secretly rules the world. Everyone doesn't know it because we act so nicely and everything like that. But we're just like that's why we're nice. We don't have to worry about it, right?
Canada's like
we got to unlock
the fake nice. They're like everyone goes about how lovely and polite the Canadians. They are the most fake nice Canadian because they'll be really nice and polite to you, but at the same time, if you cross them, they will hunt you down. They have a particular set of skills, and I always feel like when the nicer they are to you, the really mean inside their head. They're planning on what they're going to do to you.
Always plotting.
Yeah, always plotting. So be careful if a Canadian's too nice, because they can.
Yes.
There you go. Well, I'm sharing my screen. Let me know.
All right, cool. Yeah, I see it. If you go to the page that has editor portals, just to get going on that. I think your next tab over. Oh no, it's a deluxe bundle.
No,
sorry.
The superposition. Yeah. Right.
No, just go to my main.
Oh, better editor deluxe. Oh, that's the. This is the. Do you know what? I got confused with because if anyone's actually wondering what they should be doing when they go to Shrinkray's page, like he's actually done the asset store the correct way, and I was well chuffed. You've got assets that if you purchase the bundle, then unlocks the other versions rather than making a bundled version of the assets. Which so you're taking advantage of the proper features within the asset store, which is wonderful. So if you do go and get the 3-in-1 or the 2-in-1, you will unlock then the other assets that you just go to the store, click. It will show a price, but if you buy them, it will show you it's free. You click on it, add it to your basket, go to the checkout. Do not worry when it shows you that you're actually paying the full price, because when you go to do the full checkout, you'll find it will be a zero value. Hopefully one day Unity will fix that bug. But that way, when he does an update of Perfect F, you just need to download the updated version of Perfect F. You don't have to download a bundled version.
Whole bundle.
So
exactly.
Yeah, Big Gamey says he loves it when Asset Store do that. Exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool. The only thing I don't like about that is, and just so you know, like for example, there's like you need at least 3 reviews before it shows the stars, and the deluxe bundle doesn't have them because people will go to the actual asset because in the asset and they'll review the asset. So the bundles themselves don't get really too many reviews because all the reviews actually end up on the final asset, which is probably better in the end of the day. But unfortunately, the algorithms on the store, they look at the better editor bundle and think, well, no one's reviewing it, no one must like it, but at the end of the day, they do
because they're reviewing the other
landing somewhere else, right?
My word, yes. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very proud of my ratings on here. They're all perfect 5s. So, I really believe in customer service. Like, if there's a bug, I hate bugs so much. I get on it right away to make sure that things are as perfect as possible. Bit of a perfectionist on that respect. So,
what's this? I've not seen asset quality. What's this?
What is that?
Before submitting an asset to the asset store, publishers must ensure content. Oh wow! There's a code of conduct for quality that you have to adhere to. Now that's publicly stated. That's interesting. Let's see what the reviews say about editor portals. The developer was very fast and helpful in answering my questions, and the product works just as described. Big time save and quickly navigating locations on terrains. Nice. Plastic Germ says, if you feel you could benefit from this tool, by all means get it. I love it. If you think you might benefit, buy it. If you don't think you might benefit, buy it anyway. I had some initial trouble understanding how the tool worked. The objects in the distance must have colliders in order to move towards them. Is that true?
It is true.
I can see where that has some limitation.
Yeah, it has to hook onto something, otherwise you can't go there, right? Otherwise it's just sending a raycast off into the void, right?
I love it. Into the void. Atoms into the void. I see what you did there. Very witty. Very clever. Very clever. I didn't know I needed this. That's the best kind of review, isn't it? And somebody says they didn't realize that they needed it. It made their life easier.
Yeah, this is kind of like a good thing and a bad thing in a sense that pretty much everything I make are so kind of unique that people never search for them because they don't know.
Oh, my word.
Even it's a thing, right? So they stumble upon them, then they find they love it. But no one's going to type in, I need a portal for my editor. So this, maybe just restart this video.
This is the updated version. So yeah, you need to.
Yeah, this is the new version.
You need to change the video that's in your publisher page.
Yes, definitely. So this is the first asset I made. I was actually working on a VR game at the time. I had this giant terrain, and as you start loading up tons of assets into it, I have a really good rig. I have a 64 gigabyte RAM. I got a really good video card, tons of hard drive space. That's solid state and everything. But everything was still going super slow. And as you know, if you go across the scene from one end to the other, using the WASD keys, it starts to accelerate and accelerate. Then you just fly right through the terrain, and you're like, oh man, right? So I was like, why can't I just click off the distance and just teleport there? And so I started working on an editor script. This is the first editor script I've ever made. And it worked. I'm like, oh, cool. This is nice. I can just get around my scene. But I think I like a little OCD on this kind of stuff. I kind of wish I could see where I'm going before I go there, because it's a pretty big world I'm making. So that's when I first made that very simple portal look. And I started thinking, okay, well, that's cool. Now I can see where I'm going. But I wish I could rotate the view. I wish I could readjust myself and so forth and get the perfect angle. So it evolved into something so much bigger than it was before, because not only is it a transportation tool, as you can see here, you get across the map much faster. You don't fly through the train, as describing. But you can actually frame up shots too. If you're looking for some good screenshots of your game or whatever, or you're just showing off your level to your boss or to your wife or to your mom or whatever, you can get around your world a lot easier, right? And it's fun too. It's it really feels like you're teleporting around your world with this portal shader. By the way, that shader took longer to perfect than the entire tool itself.
But what
I had to
I'm going to throw in the question that obviously, so you mentioned shader, is this going to work with URP and HDRP, or is this a built-in only now because you've done a custom shader?
I don't know, actually. I've never actually tested nature. That's a good question. I think it should. I've never heard any complaints about it. I know some people. I know. People are in it, but I mean, I hope so.
Well, which scene have I got? Which is a big? Do you know what? I don't really have a massive demo scene. Annoyingly,
that's okay. This is kind of big enough.
Does it auto not include itself if you forget to remove it when you make an executable? Is it? So it's
oh yeah.
It's editor only, so it's not going to get compiled.
Yes, it should be editor only. And if it's not, I might have accidentally turned that off. So if it should be that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we jump straight in?
Yeah, sure. Right. So let's start with the big boy though. Unless you want to do the fun tools first.
Do you know what? I'm in your hands. All
right.
You know what I'm going to say to you? Yeah. And this is a dangerous question to ask the person themselves. Out of all your assets, which is the one that you would recommend people get first to give them the most benefit? If you were going to say, I've only got 50 quid in my wallet or dollars, I'm only going to get one asset today, this month, which one would it be?
All right. It depends on. Okay, I'm going to give a two-faceted answer. If you're making something for you're super serious about it, you actually want to finish it, Task Atlas, because not only is it a task editor, you're going to see something in our little demo here that's going to blow your mind. That kind of incorporates some ideas of the other assets, anyways. So it's kind of a good, not all in one because it doesn't do the same things, but it does a little bit of everything, anyways. But like I said, I think the hardest thing about when you're making a big project, or even a medium-sized project, maybe even a small project, whatever, but if you're serious about actually publishing things, you're not just toying around, it's keeping track of your thoughts is the most important thing in the world. But So if that's your game, definitely Task Atlas is a must. But if you're just sort of like playing around, then I find editor portals to be one of those things. It depends if you're making a big world, at least. If you're making a big world, you got to get editor portals. It's because like getting around the old-fashioned way is horse and buggy versus Ferrari, right? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Once you start playing with it, you're like, okay, yeah, of course this makes sense. Wow, it's just necessary. And of course, Perfect Def. Did you ever see that? It was a very popular tweet where this person, basically it's a Unity tip, and they say like press F to focus your selection. The whole thing just zooms right out. Yeah, so that's kind of inspired by that because I hate the way the F key works. And if you have like a lot of objects in your world and you like really need to like keep going from one to another, and you just want to be focused on it, like you want to be, because by the way, everyone thinks that F means focus. It doesn't mean focus. It means frame. That's what it's going to do. It's going to calculate the bounds of your object.
Exactly.
Even if there's some like invisible bounds that are like way off in the distance.
If you've got audio,
it's going to incorporate that.
Oh, if you've got the audio component on it, then don't expect to be zoomed in on that one. By the way, Sanyo just subbed in 5,000 million months in a row. Thank you so much, Sanny.
Holy moly!
Enjoys the show.
The Earth will be falling into a black hole by then.
Yeah. And we got another Unity developer, Zapfur Trapper. Hello, Yonder Against Chris. How you doing, Zapfur Trapper? It's not German, but it just sounds like it with a name like that. All right, so if you're making a game, you're being serious about it. You need to manage your tasks, and Task Atlas will help
first
you do
things
that.
first, yeah.
If you want to have fun and just zap around the place, then editor portals. And if you really do hate that F key, then the perfect F will help. Now, exactly. I'll tell you one thing.
I might as well. Yeah, sure.
You go ahead. You might as well.
I was just going to say one. I feel like Superposition's giving me the eyes. Like, hey, you don't love me anymore. What do you like? Do I just delete myself? Like, what's going on here?
Especially as it's not included in the bundle.
No, it is not. It's going to be a standalone, probably forever. The Superposition's a really funky one. It's something I always thought, like, if you ever do source control, like with your code and so forth, how much of a lifesaver it is. And I thought, like, wouldn't that be cool if you could do that in Unity? So, like, I started experimenting, and I just, again, like, I got a really OCD on this. And I found a way to make it that you can experiment. Like, you can, like, in this video here, look, like, you can drop a bunch of objects in different configurations, really get the right look, and save the state, save the configurations. And it's not just sort of copying, the transform data or whatever. It's copying the entire object. Like every single component inside the object, it's actually making a copy of. And it has a rather complicated way of actually restoring the state as it was before. So basically, arranging a scene is a nice way to do it. This is, of course, kind of a nonsensical scene where we're just dropping boxes. It works with third-party assets, too. It doesn't work 100% with third-party assets, because I can't possibly design around all their quirks and so forth, but it works pretty well with the third-party assets. UIs, like it's going on here, like you can actually, if you want to center the text or rearrange the menu options and so forth, lighting. So you can see how I'm clicking at the top there, like different areas. It's just basically saving the states, and I think it's just really nifty, right? Like, because whenever you get something new or if you're experimenting with a scene, like you would just try everything out, and usually you just end up with the last thing you chose because you're just like, by that time you're exhausted. You're like, whatever, it's good enough. So this way you can actually like, I like this one and this one and this one. I'm going to decide in 3 weeks which one I'm actually going to go with for the final build. And this actually is really cool too. Like I actually managed to get it to work with terrains as well. So if you're experimenting with like maybe carving out a waterfall or whatever, you can actually restore the state of the terrain. And that was actually really tricky to figure out. Like I had to figure out, like I really go deep into how terrains work in the Unity to make sure I could figure out how to restore the data and so forth in a safe manner.
That's nuts.
So yeah, so this is a pretty funky tool actually. I really enjoyed making this. And this is actually probably next to my list for some extra love and attention, like a bit of polish and updates and so forth. So
where did you learn how to do that one then? Because this looks like one where I wouldn't even know where to start dissecting this to work out how to save all these states. Yeah,
well, we'll have some fun with it. We'll just do a couple simple things, right? It's actually really easy. You basically just keep pressing that little plus button and saves the state. You can do it unlimited times until your hard drive fills up.
Yeah, but did you like fall asleep on your keyboard and then suck all the knowledge into your head to do this? I mean,
Yeah, maybe. You know what really pissed me off though, actually, when I was making this, is there's something called what's it called, the entity ID, if I recall correctly, and I developed the whole asset without ever turning my computer off for the most part, and then I close it up and I reload it and nothing's working. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, by the way, here's it working with Bolt, which is really cool. So if you're actually designing a flow, that's cool. It does work. It has to be an embedded flow though. It can't be like one of those ones that's a bit on script, because it doesn't work with scriptable objects, because those are independent files. They're not part of it. They're not actually a component. So just so you know, but it kind of does work with it.
Anyways, what I was going to say, life is scriptable objects, but yeah, okay, carry on.
Yeah. I mean, it'll work. By the way, a footnote on that: it works if you have you have your scriptable object and you have it selected in a game object, right? It'll save the object that's in the game object, right? So if you have like a weather system and you have scriptable object that has like different settings, like a storm setting, and you have the storm setting in the weather object, you can save the state and they can go from sunny to stormy instantly. It'll just flip the scriptable object around for you automatically. It just doesn't preserve what's in the scriptable object itself. I don't want to mess with other people's scriptable objects, because that's a whole other world.
Go back,
But sorry,
before we get distracted, carry on.
Yeah, I just want to finish my little point there. What got me mad is that the ID system that's in Unity gets reset every time you close the system. And so like I had it all preserving these states, and then realized, man, I can't rely on Unity's ID system. So I had to make my own. Yeah. And so I actually have a Superposition ID built into the code, and that's how the magic happens, because it has to remember what object we're actually dealing with here.
Yeah, I experienced exactly the same thing for the not closing my project while working with Muck. I was like, everything works perfectly, everything's saving perfectly, awesome, this is brilliant, fantastic. Next day, when I finally decided to close everything and open up again, I was like, oh no, why doesn't it remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, because I'd exposed all I was like, that's not the same idea that I had on my notes. Oh,
exactly.
That third track says Neo FPS had exactly the same problem, so he had to do his own Neo save system. Oh my word, Joy. I always call him Jaw because I can never say Joykito. Superposition is a great idea, but last time I tried it, it didn't work with some objects properly. I might have been too lazy to ask support. Well, do not worry, because Adams gives amazing support and loves support. So if you've got a problem, ping him. He's on our Discord. You know, you can easily track him down, because you recognize him by his Shrinkray gun. And ping him, ask him for support. You can call me anything you want, baby. Thank you, Jaw. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right,
and on that note, like if there's any glitches, I want to know about them. Like I'm not shy about it at all. Like find me on the Shrinkray Discord. Just find me on the Metacoder Discord. Just send me an instant direct message. I'm not sure if I have those on or off. I can make sure they're on. And I'll definitely try to figure out what's going on. So I do a lot of testing, but I can't test everything. That's unfortunately that's kind of where you guys have to give me feedback and make sure that things get taken care of. And that's what I'm after. So do you want to get into it and like play around?
Is your do I just click F and your perfect F is now taken over the F?
Yes, it actually overwrites the key. And that's optional, by the way. There's a setting. Like if you want the old F back, you can have both in play at once, or even turn off the hotkey and just use the on-screen F up the top there. So if you first zoom in,
let's put an audio on there.
You're gonna really test me out, aren't you?
Audio source.
I think it should work, because I'm pretty sure it's only looking at like.
All right. Now, let's. There we go. How do I turn it? How do I turn it off?
You just click off it.
I mean, how do I turn off the override for the?
The F key?
Yeah.
I see. So go to Shrinkray Entertainments.
By the way, if anyone's wondering, well, you can't see my screen at the moment, he hasn't put Shrinkray Entertainment outside of the window, which I was told you're not allowed to do that anymore.
I'm sorry, I don't.
If you know where you've got your Shrinkray Entertainment submenus, they're not allowed to live inside the window menu anymore.
I'm sneaky, aren't I?
Yeah. So how did you get approved and on the asset store, breaking all their rules? Oh my word!
They just love me there. They'll let me do anything.
All right, so let's drop.
That's interesting.
Here.
Yeah.
Which key?
And there you go. See which. And
no.
The gigantic drop down. Did that work?
Did that update? Unity's frozen. Okay. Here goes the king of asset breakers, says Bit Gamey, just as I've broken it. Okay.
Really crash it? Oh.
It's frozen.
Whoa.
There we go. Don't worry. It's because I've got OBS running, Discord running. Good luck. Okay.
It's like, I don't think there's any complicated code behind that, so.
Right. Now, this is the badger that we've stuck on the audio source. So it is audio source that messes up, isn't it? If I click F, which is is it audio source that messes up the frame? No, it's not audio. It's audio sound. No. What the fudge is it? What is it? What is it? Chat will rescue. Is it an audio listener?
Good to see the audio listener because that's kind of present in the scene.
Maybe the 3D sound settings? No. Chat, can you set the key to something like Control F? Oh. Alt F4. Yeah, set it to Alt F4. That'd be a good idea.
Sneaky.
All right.
I can. It's not currently set up that way. Like it's only one key. In my other one, the editor portals, it actually does use a combination of keys. So I could definitely add that.
All right. So here.
Yikes.
F. That's interesting.
Okay.
Because look, it's got the big circly thing. It should normally it would go in there and frame it. Okay. That's interesting.
Just for fun, press the F key and see what the difference looks like.
Yeah.
So this one gets you right to it, right? So what it does, it actually finds like the closest sort of, it goes right to the center of it and then goes out a set amount based on a ratio. It doesn't actually consider the balance to a full degree. And that's where the arrow in and arrow out, it just adjusts the percentile, how much it'll go out. And you can do a pretty smooth rotation around it. You can tilt up and down on it.
What does it say mesh here?
It means it's attaching itself to a mesh. Because like if you, for example, select a canvas, it detects that you're in a canvas. And canvas mode is a bit different. It'll actually, like in a world space canvas, it'll actually put you directly perpendicular to the canvas, so you're looking straight at it. Because that way, everything's lined up. It'll look like just a flat screen. Because when I was working on my VR project, it was super annoying having to get press F on the canvas, then I have to rotate my view ever so slightly just so I can get lined up and start moving things around on it.
We're just getting. I'm not sure if there's any. We're getting raided as we're playing around with you at F. Thank you.
We're getting raided.
We're being raided. Royal Flush, thank you so much for the raid. Can somebody give me an exclamation mark SO at Royal_Flush, who does also, we've interviewed him on the live stream because there's amazing quizzes on his live Twitch stream where you can actually play like you are on a TV show, on a TV quiz, but from the comfort of your own chair or sofa or bed, live on Twitch. And he also uses Unity and his beautiful brain, which, by the way, Royal Flush, you could make use of these awesome assets. By the way, if anyone is bored of the Unity's F, then hang on, I want to put this back to the F. But this is what I hate about Unity's scrolly downy. Nobody can see what I'm doing, but let's just say I'm trying to find the F. Okay.
I thought about filtering that list, but I thought, I just give everyone full control.
Give everyone
Whatever.
the full control.
Just takes a second. Takes a second.
Now I want to use the portal.
Yes. Okay. So if it's installed, it should just be a matter.
It is installed.
Of pressing Control and Shift.
Control Shift. Oh my God.
Oh, there we go. And then what you do, so you're seeing a smaller version, right? When you press the left click, it's going to open up bigger.
Do I let go of the shifting key and then click the left click?
You should be able to left click and drag around if it works properly.
It's selecting things.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is it the right click?
I think I broke it.
You might broke it. Try this first. Just Control Shift and then left click in the distance. Like don't try to do anything fancy. Just I'm like, oh.
Okay, I've just selected the surrounding world. By the way, I think BitGamey has turned into the Incredible Hulk because BitGamey is referencing himself in the third person. BitGamey says, at BitGamey, I think he already has it. BitGamey, you should know if you already have it. It's a bit scary that you're referencing yourself in the third party, but we still love you, buddy. I love this though. Look at this. But if I click on it, aren't I supposed to? It's supposed to get bigger, and then you're supposed to be able to zoom in. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. I broke it. Is it because Is it because it's conflicting with Perfect F?
No, I don't think so. I think it's like actually selecting objects. Version of this. This is 2020.
Let me try on a different.
Yeah, I don't know. That should have worked in 2020.
I've got 2021 open. People at home can't see that. I've got another project as well.
Oh, I see.
It's doing the same. It's doing the same one as well. Are you sure it's Control Shift?
Yeah, I'm just double checking. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be that. Just loading my own project on the side here.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not looking at the BitGamey's telling me that it makes more sense if I actually read the chat. I'm I'm reading it from the app thing, the Twitch Streamlabs thing. So let me go to the. Oh yeah, okay, it makes more sense when you read it from Twitch. His only chat, he's actually doing a reply, so it's not like he's talking to himself. Okay. Oh my god, dub. All right, so we've managed to break it a little bit, but needless to say, it does look lovely with the portal turning up.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. Right click.
Oh my god. Oh
there we go.
It's always good when you get the asset creator in and
it's because
they know their own assets. I was thinking,
I don't think I was allowed to take a left key.
Yeah, why would you override someone's left key?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. You know how sometimes like you forget how smart you are. Later on, you're like, why did I do that? Oh yeah, because it was the way freaking to do. God. So there you go. So now you're like literally you basically ray cast it off to a spot. Now you're rotating around that spot and just trying to find the perfect angle. Now, do you have a middle mouse button on your mouse?
I did. Can anyone see this at home? I don't know if I've messed up the. Hang on, let me just. Yeah, okay.
Let's do it. Go ahead.
Okay, I've got a middle mouse.
There we go. Yeah, so in the middle mouse, you can translate like going forward and backwards on the pivot, and you can also like if you hold down the button, you can pan around it. Like. Whoa. So you could go around your whole scene inside the portal if you technically get really good at it. You could just travel around like a first-person shooter. I don't see people. Yeah, you can end up nowhere if you want, if you're not careful. But yeah, like you can basically frame out the perfect shot once you get the hang of the configuration. Yeah, you see you're sliding out of it now. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad this is working.
Oh, see, when you remember how to use your own assets, everything gets easier. Now, I need to ask you, how many times have you actually used this in the real world scenario? Because you said you were working on your on a VR game.
Yeah. Oh, like crazy. Like that's where like a lot of the development came. I eventually, by the way, I'm not working on that anymore. I kind of got a little bit more involved in the asset world than the game development world. But yeah, it became a lifesaver, especially when you're working on multiple maps and so forth. You're just jumping around from one place to another. You're bored of working on the river. You want to work on, you know, the road over here instead. You're bored of working on that. You want to work in the village now. You can fly around a lot faster. By the way, that's what kind of led me to the idea of Task Atlas, because this is a good free form way to fly around when you don't really know where you want to go. You're kind of exploring your own world to just sort of like figure out what you want to work on next. But if you have like set locations that you actually want to develop better and better, then that's where Task Atlas comes into place. And there's a reason why I call it Atlas. I'm gonna get into that in a second. Once we actually start playing around with it, you'll see something magical happen. So maybe what we'll do, actually, let's incorporate that now. If you load up the Task Atlas window.
I'm just having so much fun. Okay.
Right?
It is.
Right? Hey, I'm not taking it away from you. You can still have fun while we're doing this. So yeah, load up the editor and give it a nice little prime real estate there. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. I do like the way you have it set up here, where it's like the full sort of column. But if you're living on space, that's fine. I understand. But you're going to get like a lot of information on this side thing.
All right, before we jump in, Chris says, wonder how hard it would be to copy the portal in game like a telescope. Yeah. So can we? Because we've got the code for this. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You haven't locked it off in a DLL or anything, have you?
No, absolutely not. So yeah, go ahead. Steal the shader. I don't care. It's not really. It took me a long time to get the shader. That's because I'm not a shader developer. It's not that complicated of a shader either. Go ahead. It's not designed to do that. I considered making it an in-game asset as well. I haven't gone down that route yet, just because honestly, once you get into that world, it's a whole other game to play, because like you got to consider all sorts of things now. You got to consider tons of optimizations, and will work in PlayStation, will work on Switch and so forth. Like I don't know if I want to really get into that world just yet, but if you are doing that, steal it. I don't care. Just don't publish it as your own asset. I don't think Unity's going to be happy with that either. But if you want to, like, if you can adapt the code to make it work for you, go ahead. Why not?
Do you know what it makes me think of in Blade Runner, where they're like, focus in on the reflection on that teardrop. Rotate 50 degrees.
Yeah.
Focus in on the reflection of the belt that's reflected off the teardrop. Rotate now, another 20 degrees left. That's what it feels like. It's like, okay, I shouldn't be able to see this from this angle, but I can now.
Yeah, I should call this astral projection.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. You've Task Atlas and Perfect F seem to have the best names for your assets. I'm gonna say might be a little bit more work on the naming of your assets to make them easier for people to know what they are to buy them.
I would love suggestions on that, like especially for editor portal. I don't love the name editor portals. I was kind of going for like an SEO kind of angle on there, like people type in they want to editor enhancements or they want a portal that might come across it. But I don't know how else to describe this that people will actually search for, right? So where do you find it? I originally called it Scene Pilot because like you're flying around your scene.
Yes.
That's a funky, cool name for it. But again, who's going to type in Scene Pilot?
No, exactly.
Pilot into the search bar, right?
Scene flyer, scene. Exactly. Oh, it's very difficult. Borg says he missed what Perfect F basically fixes what the F key does. So if you just want, if you hate when you click F, and it basically
you zoom up to Mars.
Yeah, never actually goes to the thing that you want, because as we said, it's framing rather than focusing. So if there's like something off over here, Unity will that's got to be in frame as well. Rather than actually the thing that you want that's in the middle of it. So that's what that does. Whereas the portally thing goes, you know what? I'm not sure that I want to zoom in on that thing, so I'm not effing it. I'm not effing it, but I will do this. Bloop. Oh.
And there's settings as well for the portal too. Like you can change the brightness of it. You can change the size. If you want the smaller portal to be bigger, the bigger portal to be smaller. Totally configurable.
It's lovely. By the way, if anyone's wondering, we will be giving away some prizes. Yeah, prezzies. Prezzies of
some vouchers.
Some vouchers, baby.
Turn to Oprah here.
Everyone gets a car. You get a car. You get a car.
Yeah.
You get a portal. You get a portal. Oh my word. All right, so we were going to do a task.
Okay. So yeah, no, using the portals, but also like go around the scene. Pretend like this is actually a game you're making.
Okay.
And just find some like cool looking places, and basically just hit new landmark on those places. Like, frame them up in the scene because it's going to take a screenshot.
This is a game I'm making. I'm going to make a game of this.
Excellent. I can't wait to play it. Looks really cool, actually.
No, you know what? I want to. I've got to get better at this.
Come second nature after a little while.
It's hard to describe, but you get such a joy from playing about.
I'm glad to hear that.
Okay. Did anyone do the shout out for Royal Flush? Yeah.
I tell you what. Let's have one more.
Well, thank you so much for the one more as well. I'll do it because everyone's so confused. Caps lock. There you go. Does that work? Thank you. Thank you, me. You're welcome, me. There you go. Right, so now I'm focused on...
get a nice little framing of it and hit new landmark.
Yo, Rouge, hello. Right, new landmark. Oh, look at this. Okay. Look at the little picture.
Yeah. Okay, so now it defaults the name as the coordinates, but you can click on that and rename it. So you can call it temple or something. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I can't even spell Acropolis. Temple. Something. Chat, how do we spell Acropolis?
Acropolis.
I can't even spell temple. Right, add some notes in here. Notes go here. We need to learn to spell Acropolis.
Before you get too heavy on that, just go around the scene and just get 4 different landmarks.
Okay.
That's what I always recommend when you first download this asset. You're probably already in the middle of already making a game. Open your scene, go around your world of the places you're actually working on. Get some nice little framing because you're going to look at these screenshots a lot. You can always update the screenshot later on too, just so you know, so you don't feel too married to it. But yeah, just go around, click a few places.
I typed F and it focused.
Yes, it did. Very nice, nice.
Crop police. Exactly. It's the crop police. Love it. And we're gonna go, and I was about to actually zoom up to get a better view, but I'm gonna do this instead. I'm zooming the wrong way. Scrolling my wheel. Oh my god. Okay, I want to go over there.
Sure.
Is this going to work?
Yeah. Of course.
It is working. Do you love you say, of course, like you've never seen the stream before? This is bizarre. Okay.
There you go. Sweet.
This is called
Alcatraz.
Oh, there you go. When I select, it doesn't. I gotta do it and then do it off.
Yeah, it's a button. It's a hidden button, so you actually have to press it first, and it goes into edit mode.
Okay. So, what's this percentage?
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So, we'll go with these 3 for now. So what we've done, we've gone around the scene, we actually mark where our landmarks are. The reason why I call them landmarks is you're going to create a bunch of tasks and all sorts of things inside this area that you're going to be working on. Think of it like a zone that you got to complete. I could have just done free-form tasks and stuff like that, but then those just get disorganized. It's better to have a sort of a spatial area. But before you do anything with that, let's do something fun. So you see the little icon above, or sorry, right below the compass on the scene view? Looks like a little map.
This thing?
Yeah, press it.
Oh.
Press it once. So this is Atlas mode. So there's a little scroll bar underneath it. Zoom out.
Oh.
So now, and if you click on if you zoom out and click on the temple.
Temple something.
Yeah. And you could rotate around it with the buttons and so forth. This is the Atlas mode. So basically, it just turns the world you're working on into Google Maps, right? Like you're floating above it, which is really cool because when you're developing like this island here, it gives you spatial awareness. Like you can actually visually see which needs more work, where there's more stuff and less stuff, and so forth. It's also cool because you can actually click on when you're in Atlas mode, you can click on the picture on the side on the landmark editor, and it'll do the same thing.
Oh.
You'll notice it's color coded.
Nice. Darry says I can see the zoom effect hooked to a gun for a cheat. Yo-Yo says, is this an asset on the asset store? Yes, it is. Exclamation mark Shrinkray in chat, please, to get a link to Task Atlas.
It's been out for over a year now. I think a year and a half, in fact, actually.
How does sales go?
They say they go okay. Like especially when there's a sale going on, they go pretty good. When there's no sale going on, you might as well not exist. So, but I kind of figure I'm hoping that one of these days the things I make go viral because they kind of need sort of word of mouth in the sense that they're really neat things, but it's kind of hard to unless you're actually doing a demonstration like we're doing right now, it's really hard to show the value of it because when you're just reading the description, you're like, okay, task manager, who cares about that? But this Atlas mode is like a game changer, I think, especially if you could use Trello and stuff like that and take screenshots all over the place. So the screenshots get outdated pretty quick. Right. This is live. This is what your world looks like. The screenshots here, you can just press a button, they all refresh. So as you change your scene around, you can do that, right? So let's get a little bit more heavy. So there's 5 icons there. I might eventually even add more as I add more to this. It's in very much active development. The first one is your geospatial stuff, the pin stuff. So you can see you can reposition the scene location, refresh the landmark image. So you can basically, if you didn't like the screenshot you took, you can. Oh, by the way, if you want to get out of Atlas mode, you have to click the map again. You go back to normal mode, or you could just and it'll restore you to where you started as well. It keeps track of your original starting location. So now if you click around, you get around your scene a lot easier. So as I said before, the editor portals lets you go around freeform. This gets you exactly where you want to go, where you're working on. So let's which area do we want to develop? The farm, the island, or the temple?
Farming.
Okay, let's make the farm.
Joey says, in History Channel at midnight, the Greeks had Google Map. Yes, exactly. It's just like that.
Exactly, that's awesome. Okay, so the second option there, it looks like a little tag, and that's exactly what it is. So there's a tag editor. And this is really cool. By the way, this is a bit. If you make the window a little bit bigger, it makes things a little bit bigger too. So there's a bit of, what do they call that? Responsive design.
Yes, they do call it that.
Yeah. So I did go the extra mile there, because I'm using the UI that's built in. I'm not using that new UI toolkit or anything because it's 2019 compatible. But I actually kind of like the normal UI system. It's actually pretty fun to work with once you get
fun to work with.
Once you get the hang of it, it's actually
you need help. It's anyone who makes a custom editor now automatically gets extra stars for me in my reviews. So there you go. Nice.
Okay, check this out. So click on one of the tags. Let's just say there's a bug here. So click it. There probably is a lot of bugs in the field, right? Now at the top of the landmarks, you see tag filter. So it's currently saying show all.
Yeah. Drop
down. So you can put bug detected, and there it is. So, and of course you can make unlimited tags. This is pretty handy too when you're working on things, interiors, exteriors. You can label them as different categories of things you're working on.
How do I make another tag?
Exactly.
So just type in needs more wiggles.
Yes, everything needs more wiggles. There you go. And that should exist in the tag filter drop down now too. Boom.
Oh, lovely.
And of course you can turn them all off again to get everything back. So that's pretty handy. We don't have to spend too much time on that because it's pretty self-explanatory. The next one is the actual tasks, and I'll go over that after because it's the next one. Let's just get that for first, and let's look at the that one there. That's a reference gallery. So if you're making a farm, is this working? Hey, what's going on here? Maybe. Did we get a no reference exception?
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. No.
No.
Oh no. Okay, you'll have to use your imagination. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, the line is.
That's unfortunate.
1629.
Yeah. Okay, I'll figure that out.
If you want to make a note of that, shall I send this to you on Discord?
Sure.
Do you want this? Do you want this as a gift?
I will fix that right away.
Let me send you this as a gift.
I'm going on vacation next week though, so I'll fix it.
No, the vacation's been cancelled.
Yeah, it's over.
Vacation.
What it's supposed to do. That's unfortunate because it's really cool. Again, it's not a game changer necessarily, but it's nice to have on hand. It's a reference gallery. So if you're making a farm and you want to actually import a bunch of pictures of farms, so when you're modeling the scene, you just have them on hand. That's the idea of it, right? You can also, with it, you can take a screenshot. So unlike the landmark screenshot, which might, is just one view and might change over time.
I'm going to close it and open it again. Maybe it's because I've got perfect F open as well. And I'm going to blame that. I'm going to close that.
Yeah, sure.
So, Task Atlas, landmark editor. I broke it.
Oh, it's going nuts now, eh?
Messi needs his own bug found music. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, maybe try this. Delete Farmy.
Delete Farmy.
Yeah. So the little trash can on the top.
You want me to kill Farmy?
Kill Farmy. We'll remake it. I'm just wondering if there's some sort of it's looking for. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So just make a new landmark again. We'll bring Farmy back. There we go.
Can't believe you made me kill Farmy.
Just for the hell of it, click it again.
Okay.
Click
Farmy! Should we? Is everyone ready? Rip.
Yeah, let's try it again. Maybe that's just random. Click on the reference gallery again.
All right.
Let's see what happens again.
Hang on, wait.
We're doing live
What
bug
we
fixing
say?
here.
The girl says vacation is for working on stuff you didn't have time for during regular work days. Okay. Is everyone ready? Gonna click it. Down.
Okay.
Down.
Damn. Okay. So just delete it. I'll fix that. Don't worry.
Have you got an inkling of what it is?
Yeah. So, but like I said, maybe we can sort of keep track of what you're working on, like get some inspiration and stuff from the wider world. But it's also kind of cool if you wanted to keep track of progress too, because you can take a screenshot and take iterative screenshots of the area as you improve it, and it saves them as PNGs in your actual project as well. They're not sort of copying into memory or anything like that. They're actually real files too. So that's kind of neat in that respect. Unfortunately, it doesn't work properly. So we'll just pretend like it did work and just move on.
It's great when it works.
It is awesome when it works. It really. By the way, we haven't got that far yet, but we have sticky tasks in here. Eventually, what I want to do as well is make a sticky gallery as well, where you can actually put this sticky picture in the scene. So if you're making a waterfall, you can actually have a picture of a waterfall right next to the waterfall in the scene itself as you're developing. That doesn't exist yet. That's a future feature, but something that's definitely on the radar.
That's basically what I do if I have another window on the monitor up as my reference.
Yeah, exactly. Now you don't need to do that. You just have it all inside the Unity. You can actually, not only use it in Unity, you can have it 3D in the scene.
Oh, see, there you go. It's beautiful.
But again, that's not there yet.
Darryl's trying to blame me, saying, I think Messi may be working in an alpha version of Unity. This is 2023-34? That's not alpha, is it? No, it's not. No, Darry.
I'll take the blame on that. I think I know what's going on there. It's a big list that I probably just referenced slightly wrong. So.
I think we need a minute's silence for Farmy. 2022 to 2022. Farmy, we love.
Okay.
You. Okay, so now
let's do some tasks. Let's do some serious business. But these settings here, I mean, you're on them. I must just talk about it quick. Labeled on scene. That's a good point. So the very top things that show labeled on scene. So if you kind of look at the temple, on your scene view, if you just don't go do it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
aim at it, just like rotate your viewpoint so you can sort of see it. And there you go. See that? Temple something in the distance. Like it actually wrote on the screen, temple something.
So if I...
Oh, it's not turning off. That's weird. Oh, you know what? I think there's a different one. There's you see show scene settings at the top?
Yep.
That one turns it off.
Okay. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, sorry. I guess the local version of it, I need to repair that too. I'll make a note of that as well. But you can turn them all off or all on. But there's even like you guys ever played that game? What's it called? Elite Dangerous. When you're like going towards a star and it shows you how many light years away it is and so forth.
Yes.
It's got like a distance tracker in there too. So if you start walking towards the temple.
Oh, 110.
Yeah. So you know how kind of far away it is. It starts fading away as well as you get closer to it because you kind of know where you are at that point. And that's really cool when like we're working on giant. If you're like working on a dense forest, you actually get lost inside your own world. Yeah, you could click the Atlas button, but if you just sort of want to know which direction the waterfall is, it'll just tell you. Like if you're aiming at it, you just walk towards it now.
Okay, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I mean it's a little thing, right? But it comes in handy. All right, so let's make some tasks. So like let's say we want to like so go yeah, sure. Scroll down to the farmy, get a little more center, and click on the checkmark button. Wisdom's right, great. So there's no task yet. So good. So this is a special task editor. I'd say it's pretty feature rich when it comes down to it. So yeah, think of some things.
For what was it? No reference.
Yes. Sure.
Error. Yeah.
Okay. And give a really small description at the top of like the task label.
Messy broken.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So now, of course, you got the progress slider. Maybe give that a little bit of a, because we did a little bit. We know that the bug exists now, right? Yeah. It's the little things, right?
Urgent. No time for holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Change the color if you want.
Chris says, "I need this. I need to. He says, "I need this. I used to use invisible assets to mark places." Yeah, you don't need to.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. Now this, it actually technically is invisible assets now because it's just recording the coordinates and so forth and doing some little things. I was gonna say I took a lot of time on the interface here because like even like the black text, if you make the color too dark, it'll turn into white text and so forth. I made a full featured calendar. I had to do that completely from scratch.
Have you tested it on light editor mode versus dark edit mode? Or have you
yes, it should actually. Yeah. Yeah, I actually have a whole different set of icons for dark mode and light mode.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yeah, went all the way. Okay, so calendar is pretty cool. If you put it forward, you'll see green days. If you put it backwards, you see all red days. So maybe go to like, go forward. Gotta get this done by August. Yeah, see, I can have to relax. I can relax my vacation now.
Oh, wow.
Got all July to finish it up, right? So that's kind of cool. I kind of want to mark the current day on it because it's kind of confusing where the day starts. But that's a little thing. We'll do that. We'll do that in a second. We'll do STS in a second. Do some subtasks. So like,
okay.
Just add a couple random ones.
Copy. Like, do. How much text can I put in here?
As much as you want. It should actually word wrap too.
Had a little lamb.
I think
its fleece was white as snow. Put too many E's in fleece.
Yeah, and put like maybe 2 or 3 just random tasks.
And everywhere that Mary went, its bugs were sure to go.
Mary, it's got fleas.
Okay. Who loves you, baby? You do. Can I put like links and stuff in here? Can I put tags and
you
stuff?
can. They won't work, but you can definitely do that. Oh yeah, it's not a rich editor or anything.
Okay.
Maybe I could eventually do that, but I don't know. Guess that'd be kind of cool.
Ooh, I broke it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Shouldn't have.
It wasn't doing the line wrap anymore.
Oh, because it's one word. It needs a space before it all. Oh wait, hey, that's weird.
Yeah. There you go.
And then it does it. That's really strange.
Yeah.
What's it to do with the greater lessons and stuff?
Okay.
I'll play with that. Okay.
What if I've got a project multiple people are working on? Can I share tasks across multiple people working on this? Is this maybe synced online?
Good question. That's not available yet. That's something I kind of want to get into eventually with the future version, is like having some sort of like team abilities, so you can assign a task or even log in as a certain person and only see your tasks and stuff like that. That's not here yet. That's a whole other world once you get to that kind of stuff, because then you have to like figure out like how secure do you want it to be? Like, do you want to be like, okay, if you want to be the boss, you're the boss and you can just assign tasks, or do you want to have like a password behind it? In which case you have to get a little more heavy with like authentication and so forth. So I don't know if how far I want to take that. Because that's getting to like enterprise level, and I think we could do that. I think that'd be really cool. But that's definitely not in this version.
You've presented this to the worst person possible.
Why?
Because as many people might recall from the stream, the day job that I do, like, is what has been project management and product management and teaching project management, and Sanya's always trying to get me to do more product and project management streams and on live, and I love all this kind of stuff. I actually made years ago. For fun, I made my own software, which was like a Kanban board viewer. That you would hook into if one team wanted to use Jira and another team was using TFS and another team was using Excel and another team was using, I don't know, Redmine or whatever. You could combine them all in this Kanban viewer, and it would do the mapping, and it would show it all. Even if there was different users and different systems, it would all map it and do it all in this.
That's awesome.
And I loved it. I never did anything with it in the end. I was going to release it as a product and stuff, and never did.
Well, send me the code. I'll incorporate it into that.
And I'm looking at this and I'm going, I would love if this was reading and updating Jira tickets at the same time as updating these ones. And if I could update the visual of how this was done in a different task system. And if I could get updates to my mobile phone, SMS. And if my brain is like going, Messi, stop, Messi. just enjoy the tasks.
You're kind of, by the way, I don't know how much I want to say this, but, I'm kind of I'm on the same wavelength as you. That's just something one thing for example, when I was in active development, I could be watching a show and have an idea for my game or whatever, and I would just sort of jot it into like a note on my phone and then go to it later. But wouldn't it be just so cool to ask Atlas because it's like be on your phone too?
Yeah,
like you'd actually see all this stuff. And so I'm exploring that idea, like if it's possible.
Awesome.
I'm getting into a whole other world where I have to figure out like a server management and like actually how to like do authentication from the editor into a server and so forth. And doing that with open source is interesting. So I'm not even sure if it's viable yet, but it's definitely something I'm totally exploring right now, because I think that would be to take it to the next level. But then you can actually have teams and have different people and so forth working on it, and then you can actually do it anywhere. Like a boss could actually just log in and just sort of see the screenshots and see what they're working on and so forth, and just do a check mark and say, yeah, good work today. You actually get paid. Things like that.
Chris is saying that you need to team up with Kinematic Soup. You remember? Did you watch the Scene Fusion live dev interviews that I've done in the past? Haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen you using it in one of your things. I didn't actually see the Scene Fusion. So he's obviously syncing with a server, right? Like that's the only way that would be possible.
Yeah, they've got their own Kinematic Soup Scene Fusion servers. Basically, it turns the Unity editor into an MMO. Effectively.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Actually, it'd be kind of cool if we could make a actual interface compatible this with the task atlas somehow to sync the zooming of things. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. My mind's kind of going all over the place right now with that. But yeah, for sure.
I told you I'm the worst person to show this.
That's all good. That's all.
Like,
hey, I'm gonna pick your brain on all that
shopping
kind of stuff later, because like obviously you're a subject matter expert on this. So I definitely want to take this to the next level, and I'm looking for big ideas on where to go next with it, because I think I've built a really good foundation here, and now it's time to like really build off that.
I mean,
So
hang on, go back to the asset store a second. Let me change the, because I don't like looking at euros. As we hashtag Brexit. Hashtag Brexit. If you're wondering, $50. But saying $50, what I don't, is it broken, your pricing model? Because
that also mine kind of thing.
Because it's $66. Hang on, why has it gone down to $60?
Because he switched to US.
Okay. No, he said
Yeah, that's the right price.
it said $66, and then he went $60.
I think it's doing a euro to
Was it?
USD
That's
thing
weird.
for. Maybe, I don't know. That's weird.
So
I didn't do that. That's not my
an
bug.
extra $10, you're getting the two other assets.
That's right. And that's kind of the idea, because if you get them separately, it's $20, right? If you just want the Perfect Depth and Editor portals together, it's $8 more. But if you get Task Atlas, if you want to have them all of them for $60, it's a killer deal. I basically want everyone to buy them.
Hang on. $20, $20, right?
Yeah.
And if you want
So that's
both of
40.
them, you pay $28. You know, normally you get 30% off or whatever if you're buying bundles, right? That's basically saying that you're nearly getting one free. I mean, $8 is a lot less than $20, dude.
It's like I'm trying to. I'll be honest. It's like it's supposed to be
let's go
for $8 I can get them both, because otherwise $40 you might not want to get both. But for $8 more, you might as well get both.
And for $60, you're going to be getting $90 worth of stuff then.
Yeah. So the idea there is like, I can spend $50 on Task Atlas, or I can spend $10 more and get the other two. Might as well get the other two. I mean,
might as well.
It's like $5 each now.
You might as well.
Off on each of them. Exactly.
Might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
Just do it.
Everyone, come on, just go do it. Come on.
Just do it.
You know you want.
Exclamation mark Shrinkray in chat. So correct me if I'm wrong. I could use this for myself in development to kind of have spots where I need to work on and not to forget. And also in the actual game, use it as a place where a player could use it, an actual telescope to sneak in to see what's ahead. Well,
not automatically.
You'd have to code that.
I'm strictly sticking to the editor on all my stuff, at least at this point in my life. But yeah, the code's open. If you want to make that extra sneaky part, go ahead. You just copy and paste and adapt the code a little bit to make it work for sure. But you'll have to know a little bit of coding.
The first part of what you said is the point of it. However, that's the whole joy of using Unity, isn't it? But the having spots to make you remember and keep track of things that you need to be working on, which is actually really useful for Chicken Taxi. How does this work with multiple scenes? So all of these are saved to this scene.
That's right.
Is there an object in my scene for this now?
Yeah, there's a Task Atlas object. So that's a good question. Originally, I had it designed differently. I originally had it as a scriptable object, and it would basically exist above all the themes. I had to change that because the way Unity handles dirty data in a scene, I basically had to create my own scene saver. And that was a nightmare to maintain. It drove me absolutely crazy to keep track of that, because I basically had to record, like if you save as, all of a sudden you lose all your tasks because it's looking for the other name of a scene, because it has to say, oh, I'm in scene XYZ, now I'm in XYZ version 2. It doesn't find that. So I'd actually have to make it detect if it did the save as and copy all the fields over to make sure it works in that. That was a nightmare. And I was just always nervous that there'd be some sort of bug I'm not accounting for. So I changed it to be a game object instead of a scriptable object. So now actually, if you hit save as, it'll save all your tasks as it was in that iteration of the scene. You change some things and save as and go back to the previous scene, you have your tasks from before as well. So it's only scene aware, not project aware. That's something I kind of want to like eventually expand upon too, like make it a full-on project manager where you actually can manage the project part of it too. That's not this. Think of this as a really great way to keep track of your level design in each scene as it goes along. Okay, so check this out as you're doing that. Turn on auto progress, and now just click on the task.
That's where I was going with that. I was already 2 steps ahead, baby.
Boom, boom. Yeah, so now you basically work on task by task, and it'll automatically update its progress.
Can I have these change color when I tick the tick box so that I know straight away that these are green and they've been done?
That's a good idea. Doesn't do it right now, but yeah, I could add that on.
Have you got notepad and paper?
Okay.
Have you got notepad and pen? Rather?
I'm gonna watch the stream over and over again for the rest of my life. Don't worry. We're making history here.
I'm gonna tell you, I love this.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait. Oh, haven't seen anything yet. Okay, so now go somewhere. Go to one of like the herbs there. No, go back to the farm.
Oh, it's an actual farm. Okay, but you wanted me to run away. Actually, you know what?
By the way, there's a carousel. Yeah, I just click on it there. Boom. See?
There you go. I'm already using it.
And press F.
F.
Yeah, use perfect F. Go closer. There you go. Maybe pivot above it a little.
Oh, right.
Oh, other way.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Now, on the little pin button on the task, we're gonna make a sticky task.
Pin button?
So inside the task.
This thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I think you might have already done this, but click on reset because I think you already clicked the button when you're messing around there. So hit reset. It'll basically move the sticky task location, and it goes exactly where you're standing. So it doesn't pop up in front of you. It's like exactly where you're standing. So if you just go out a little bit.
Oh.
Boom. Is it glitched? I feel like it's glitched. Why is it that weird color? Why is it not showing anything? Oh no!
It's in the color for my thing.
Yeah.
As I get close to it.
It's interesting. Try something with it. So yeah, if it's a little, because we put urgent, so it has the exclamation mark on it. If you go, I wonder if I got a glitch going on here. If you go to back to landmark list, that's at the very top.
Back to landmark list.
And go scenes. Okay, yeah. Sticky font. Oh, it's because it's got none. I have to actually set that, don't I? So click on the sticky font part.
The sticky. Where does it say that? Sticky font. Here we go.
Right. Yeah. So do the list. And choose anything. It's gonna work. What's going on? Oh no. This is such a cool feature. Go back to the list again. The sticky fonts.
Fonts, yeah.
Yeah, and choose RPG. Why isn't this working? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll have to use our imaginations again.
You know why it's not working. Because I break things.
Yeah. I wonder, just for fun, one more time, go back to the landmark list and change it to background, change it to modern. No, do the font. No, the font sign.
Oh, modern.
Right above it says background?
Yeah.
Ah, darn. Either way. What the heck's going on with that? Anyways, okay, it's half working. It just isn't showing the actual text, and I don't know why that is. I'm going to get that fixed right away. Vacation's definitely canceled. So it would be actually showing all that stuff you wrote there right in the task, and it's like actually in the scene. So you can actually put it right next to the object that has the bug and so forth. It's somewhat interactable as well. Like you can actually, there's buttons on, like you can actually complete the subtasks and so forth. And this part's really cool. It'd be cool if it actually worked. It's like not an actual game object. It's a virtual object in Sticky. So when I first thought about how am I going to make the sticky task, my first idea was to make game objects and have like thousands of game objects, sticky tasks in the scene. But then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to actually make it a UI object. But the thing about the UI object, I really wish the text was working because it's kind of visualize how much work I had to put into this. When you have the UI text, the only thing you can do with scaling is you can change the font size, and that's not that's a very jagged thing. It goes from size 11 to size 12 to size 14 and so forth, and you can actually see the font size changing. So what I ended up actually doing is something if I don't say so myself, kind of clever. I would use Text Mesh Pro and actually take a screenshot of that UI stuff way off in the scene distance, and it basically take a screenshot and basically paste. That's actually just an image you're looking at that it took. And that way, when you zoom out, it's smooth. Like the text, when you go in and out of it, it'll be super smooth. And it's one of those things where like maybe no one would actually even care about. But I'm a stickler for that kind of stuff, so I went the extra mile to make sure that happens.
How you focused on doing that.
Oh, I spent like probably 3 weeks on just to make that actually work.
Oh, wow.
And of course, right now it's not working. I'm really confused by that.
Chris says it's probably because of the other issues I found. Mech Warrior.
Yeah.
So it's the first time chat from Mech Warrior. You've chatted before, or maybe that's just on the Discord. The assets look well designed and very powerful, but my issue, says, is all of the UI looks visually messy, hard to navigate, doesn't fit in with the default editor. Ah. Like this stuff or the stuff in here? I'm enjoying these. I gotta say they're bit big. I know it's responsive to an extent. Like here, uses up a lot of space. Do you have a minimize? Is there like a minimize? No, see that
not on there. On the actual task, if you go back to the task editor, so if you go to your farmy, yeah, and click on that and go edit tasks. By the way, you can see your task in menu view there. If you press that little arrow at the top by Messy broke it.
Ah, here.
Makes it a bit smaller.
Yeah.
So it's just like a overview kind of thing. But also like in the main screen as well. Like if you don't want to actually see, like it has like a mini version of the task.
See, this is what I would like this to be collapsible, because I'm going to have about 500 of these.
Yeah, just show the image.
Like a very small. No, not as big as it. Like a very about this big here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely doable.
Because
there could be a button on the top that just says zoom out, and it'll just like
minimize.
Show some oblivion. Yeah, minimize.
Collapse.
Good, yeah.
And then when I click on one of them, the rest of all are all shrunk, still collapsed, and the one that I'm working on is expanded like this.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
More things for you to write down.
It's a great idea. Yeah, exactly. Really wish the task was working properly. Disappointed by that. Yeah, it was working on all my tasks. I don't know why it's suddenly not working, so I'm gonna have to double check that out. By the way, like when I discover these things, it's mission number critical to get these things fixed. So yeah, expect a version coming out right away that will have that in there. So.
Well, he says just use a fold out to collapse. Yeah, exactly, like a fold out thing.
Yeah, sure. That's a great idea.
Right, cool. So, things I love about this, it's great for an individual person to be working on. I would love some kind of sync into or hooking this into creating Jira tickets from this. Would be great. So if I create a task here, it would actually create a Jira ticket and get a callback with the ID of the Jira ticket. So when it updates and things like that, you can mark it as done. That would be brilliant. I can see that as being another 6 months worth of development, but I'm just throwing things out there.
Worth it.
I can see why you're saying that if you were going to choose one asset from your collection as being the one that somebody should get if they were to get one but nothing else, to use Task Atlas, because this is really, and really cool. I can't see anyone else doing something like this on the store. It's one of those ones that is pretty. Maybe there's might be other ones out there I haven't seen, but it feels
there's some task managers out there, and those are fine, but the thing I'm trying to do with this is differently. Like I honestly feel like I got inspired by my other assets like Perfect Depth and Editor Portals when I was making this, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually start off making this as a task editor. I started off making this as an Atlas. And I was going to call it Atlas and just Atlas, and that wouldn't have any tasks, and all you do is go around, you mark your scene down. And it would just be a very simple asset. But it just made sense to me that, okay, if you got this area, well, you're working on it, there's all sorts of things you're doing in it, like let's put some tasks and stuff in there. And then I got obsessed with the sticky task aspect, and it just blew up. And I was like, this has to be this way. They have to be married together. So there's definitely nothing else on the store that does this sort of marriage, all these different angles, and just user experience. I think is key for me to make it not just work, but make it also fun.
Pixel says there are Go Note assets, but this is way beyond what they're doing. And Chris says having landmarks in game would be cool too. And that's the thing, like just rip this code apart and stick it in your game.
It's fun. It's funny you say that because I'm inspired by games like Skyrim, where you go on the map and you see all the landmarks and that. Like that's where these ideas come from in the first place. I'm actually taking ideas from games and playing. Why can't I make the editor a game?
Yes.
No way.
And a lot of time the editor basically should be a game.
It'd be fun to make games, right?
Oh, I'm loving that. Look at that. Oh my
All right.
word.
Hey, so I wonder if we want to look at superposition really quick.
I do. But do you know what? Before we do, I want to give away a copy of Task Atlas. But do you know what? We'll do it back. You know what we'll do? We'll do individuals, and then we'll do a bundle one at the end. What do you say?
Yep.
Did you just fall down?
Absolutely no.
Did you just fall down the toilet?
I thought you were gonna say more, but yeah, no. Whatever you think works best. It's your show. However you think the best way to distribute them is.
It is my show.
Whatever.
That's right.
It is your show.
It's our show. I'm trying to see, what did you give me? You gave me the bundle, the bundle.
Bit of everything.
And yeah, so we've got a copy of Perfect F to give away, a copy of the Editor Portals to give away, a copy of Superposition to give away, which we're trying to come up with a better name for Superposition. So I was thinking of like state manager or something like that, but then it's more than that, isn't it, for Superposition? And then Task Atlas we've got to give away. We've got 2 copies of Task Atlas to give away.
Yeah.
And then we've got the grand prize,
So nice.
which is the 3 of them together.
Yeah.
There you go.
The last bundle.
So let's do a raffle of the Perfect F, which is not a swear word. It's actually about making your F perfect. Boop, like that. Let me set up where's the chatbot? If you win an individual one, you would feel bad going in for the bundle. See,
not necessarily. Hey, actually, in the store, if you already own, like, if you bought Perfect F and then you wanted the bundle's discounted.
See,
you already own Perfect F.
I think it means that if you went for the raffle for both.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, they're vouchers. You can be nice and give them away to someone else if you
exactly.
Or maybe Messi will be.
If you won
careful not.
both, I will re-roll the other one.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
You don't get to keep both. Let's just put it that way. Because I'm like that, you see. The Perfect F is open. Now you need to do ! raffle. If you've already typed the word ! raffle, Friendly Dev and Jericho Kuchiko and Google and Chris and everyone who did raffle before the raffle started, you're probably going to have to write something else and do raffle again, because it'll just take it that you've just said the same thing twice. So Stella, Chris, Googly, Jerry Kurikiki, and Friendly Dev, you need to type ! raffle again. You're not in the raffle, I don't think.
Jory.
So, Jory Kiko, you're in the raffle now. Stella, you're not in the raffle yet. Googly, you're in the raffle. Friendly Dev's now in the raffle. Stella's not in the raffle. Stella's now in the raffle. There you are. Stella's up. There you go. I did it, Mom. I did it. I'm in. You're in. Look at this. What do you think about this asset from the Cincy Studios? This ancient Greek, ancient history. It's actually, it's not ancient Greece, it's not ancient Rome. It's just ancient miscellaneous.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love it. It's really, I love the sort of tune style of things.
Did I make a command for it? Cinti Ancient. I'm not sure if I did. I did. Yo, let me see if you're in. Yo, you're in. Don't forget, if you're not following, you have to follow. You have to be a follower. You have to follow this fashion. Look at it. It's nuts.
That's why the interiors too, eh? It's really nice.
It is one of my favorite Cinti assets now. And it's got people in it as well. So if we go, go to prefabs characters.
Oh wow!
There you go. Bleep, bleep. I can't recall if I saved it.
I could just take this and make a game and put it on Steam in like a week.
Just flip it, baby.
Yeah. I'm wasting my life.
It needs ancient kids. It does. It does need ancient kids.
They sacrifice them all.
Now I'm clicking play to see if having in your assets will cause it to break. No.
Hope not.
Although it's upset, I've got 2 audio listeners in the scene yet now.
Oh yeah.
There they are. Look at them. Beautiful. The thing that
doing some sort of yoga going on.
They are. There's only one gripe with these characters. Cinti have stopped doing the clothing as modular. So the only things that can come off are their helmets or their beards, and their hair. So that's a shame. That's annoying. Right, who's won the perfect F? Gotta do a drum roll. By the way, you haven't sung a song.
Me?
Yeah, every new guest has to sing a song in their native language. And the winner is... Actually, before I announce the winner, are you going to sing a song? What's your favourite nursery rhyme?
Oh, my favorite nursery rhyme. I don't know.
What
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Is that what you used to sing to your girls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so before I can announce the winner, you have to sing Twinkle, Twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
That's beautiful, and the reverb in the on the audio going through Discord makes it even sound even better. It's like a very charismatic Dalek singing to its children.
It's gonna take that and like remix it, and like it's gonna go world famous. I'm gonna get no royalties off it.
And the winner,
you know what?
Boak Dub. Boak Dub has won the perfect F. Let me write that down. I've actually got to write these down. Oh, that was the noise of me yanking a piece of paper out of somewhere that shouldn't have been yanked from. Okay, perfect F. Baroque Dub. There we go. One for your massive color. What the F? Exactly. The perfect F. Okay. Right. So now I want to do the superposition. So now I've got a person here. Can I do the superposition on this person?
Okay, so yeah, let's go there and superposition and add to scene.
Okay. Clicked add superposition to scene.
By the way, this is my other ones. They just automatically add themselves to the scene because, like, whatever, they're not that big. They're not big of a deal. But this one you have to like, actually add to the scene because it does do extra things to your scene that you may or may not always want. So
that's comforting.
No, it's not. It doesn't do anything like too crazy. Like it basically creates a bunch of like the way it works. It actually has a bunch of hidden objects that keep track of different components and so forth that it eventually restores, and they're all editor only, so they don't compile in builds. And I'm pretty sure they disappear when you go play.
I'm gonna have to cut you. Give me 1 second. I do apologize.
Yeah.
Jorikikiko says they're going to bed. You're not allowed to go to bed yet because we've got more raffles to give away. We're giving away copies of 2 copies of Task Atlas, copy of the bundle pack, and also a copy of Superposition and the quarterly one. So, you're not allowed to go to bed yet. You have to wait till the raffles are done, and then you can go to bed. But
we'll probably do that pretty soon.
Yeah, but
we'll probably do that pretty soon.
Exactly, we'll do that very soon. No, but mums. I already have Task Atlas and Superposition. Doesn't matter. You're not allowed to leave yet until the end. That's the rule. Right, so because this will do horrendous things to your
By the way, thank you, Jory. Appreciate that.
What is the zoom asset called? The zoom asset is called Super Zoom.
No, it's
Super Zoom. That would be an awesome name.
Hey, maybe. Not bad. It's currently called Editor Portals, which I agree is a terrible name for it. I would love a better name for it. Super Zoom is kind of fun.
All right, so
Super Zoom. Oh, with all the O's too. Yeah, you gotta have Super Zoom.
Exactly. Exclamation mark Shrinkray in chat. Okay, so.
All right, everyone's getting tired. Let's show off Superposition real quick.
So what do I do then?
All right, so click the open the Superposition window there. This object is mostly just a bit of a database when it comes down to it.
Right.
So the idea of this, I would actually position it so it's like a little bit above the inspector. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And then shrink it as far as it goes.
Okay.
There you go, nice and tight. So now let's play with these people actually. So select either one or multiple people. Let's stick with one maybe for now.
Okay.
Okay. So now the first thing you want to do. Well.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're thinking here. Well.
Carry on.
Are you okay? I see what's going on here. You're gonna get funky here. Okay, let's get ready actually. So first thing you want to do is you see there's a yellow button and a blue button. So when we're dealing with just one thing, if it doesn't have children, it matters. So
I could Control Z and undo that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Really don't capture the whole person.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, so now we have the default state. Now if you want to rotate that arm again.
This object and 0 children will be restored by this state.
Yeah, let's just see if this works. I hope so. Okay. Oh, by the way, you notice how it is treating each thing as its own state. So before we're done here, we have to go back to the top level of the hierarchy.
Okay. Which one did I do?
I
did it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a little lock button. You see at the top of the Superposition, like right next to the three dots there. There's a lock button. Right above the blue.
The
actually part of yeah, that thing right there. So the nice thing about that is now when you're doing the editing at the lower levels, when you do the lower level editing now, it stays locked on the top part of the hierarchy. So it's super important because when you got these sub objects, and now if you click elbow, for example, click on actually it doesn't change. It stays frozen at the top. So now when you make these modifications, it'll modify the lower levels, but it's only going to record the state at the top.
So was it not recording it before then?
Well, it wouldn't be recording until you press the plus button. So now press plus.
Where's the plus button? This plus. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And do I have it? That's double click. Press press check.
Did that do anything?
It should have done something. Go to the new one. Press the check mark button. Oh, yeah, press check mark. Is it broken? Are we getting errors? I don't care about that error. That's a stupid one. Just for fun.
What's Sedekachazda?
Oh no.
Is that
might have a test. That's some test code I didn't get rid of.
Is that some test code?
Yeah, just to see if a certain section would execute. Okay. Just for fun,
Shall I delete it?
Just delete those. Did delete those. I just want to see something.
Let's delete them. Let's delete them just for fun.
Yeah, for fun. Okay, so we're at the top level here.
Jareen, you mean winking? You've mistyped the word wink. Joey.
Yeah.
All right. So, do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just do something super simple first. Let's see if there's something wrong going on here. So you first capture your initial state.
Okay.
Now just rotate it.
Do I do a tick on it first?
Nope. That's a restore button.
Okay. Is it? Okay.
So just do a simple rotate on them. I just want to make sure this is the most basic way it works.
Okay.
Okay. Then press plus.
Okay.
And then now press the tick.
The tick under the first yellow one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Now it's working.
So
okay, cool.
That's doing something. All right, so now
try. Make sure you lock it first at the top.
Okay.
Now try messing with his arms.
Do I do another plus now?
You got to wait till you do a modification.
Okay. So
let's see if this works now. I'm concerned why it's saying 0 children. Oh, because sorry, I should know better than this. We're in the yellow mode. We're in this object only.
We're in the yellow. Recording. This object only.
Yeah.
Dude.
So click the other one.
We're in yellow mode. Come on.
I should know that. I should be a subject matter expert of my own.
Do you know what?
Assets, right?
You coming on here has really helped you learn your own assets.
I know, right? Thanks for teaching me.
You're welcome,
okay.
buddy. Okay.
Then I'll try that kind of stuff out.
All right. So now. All right. And then.
No, press plus.
Yeah. And now go.
Work. Yes. Ah. Boom.
There you go. So, I'm really pleased. I'm glad I'm here to be able to teach you how to use these assets.
I know. I mean, I don't know what I owe you for that. The messy teacher.
Do I have a copy of this to give away to someone? Yes,
yeah.
I do. I do have a copy. Right. So, you know what? While we're doing, we're going to have to multitask. Okay?
Yep.
So, this is called, for now, Superposition, aka it's going to be called Magic State.
Ooh,
Magic State. Alright, so
but
exclamation mark raffle to be in for winning a copy of Magic States.
By the way, one caveat, just so everyone is aware, like if you'll notice it's editing 63 children right now. That's reasonable. It's not that big. It is making sort of virtual copies that are disabled and invisible of those states. So if you were to like do a forest with like 10,000 trees and do like a winter version and a summer version or whatever, it'll make 10,000 copies each time. So you don't want to necessarily do it with something super huge. Just try to be reasonable. It's not. How
does it work when it comes to compiling? Then does it delete all of the?
Yeah, they're all editor only, so they don't get included with the builds. But the cool thing is, like, as soon as you restore it, that one becomes the one that gets built. It'll take its editor only take off. It never ever deletes the original object, by the way. And that was one of the things I had to like really think about how to make it work. Because my first version of it was basically just delete the object and restore it. But the problem with that is there could be references to that object. There could be like maybe how you could have a public object, you can drag it into that in the interface and so forth, and it'll be referencing different objects in the scene and so forth, right? If you were to delete that object, that reference goes away. So like I can't do that. The people get really mad at me if I design it that way. It'd be a non-starter. So I had to make sure I preserve the object itself as much as possible. Are you
looking at the
it just messes with the component side of things.
Are you looking at
what's going on here? Extra 2.
I just clicked off of him. While I have superposition locked, I clicked off of him.
Interesting.
Okay.
And the click back on him?
I can't.
You unlock it?
I can't do anything. It's Unity's killed, dying. Okay.
And you can't unlock it.
I can't even click. It won't even let me click on the. What does it think that's clicked? Escape. Slam the escape key. Shift Control D.
Yeah, I noticed some, like even the perfect F icons.
Okay, now we got that. We got that unlocked now. Okay. Control Shift D to deselect, isn't it?
Come on.
All right. Oh my god. Calling repaint from within the beginning and Unity, listen. What? Okay.
It's not even telling me which asset's screwing up here.
Exactly. We don't know. Okay. Task Atlas Scene View 637.
Oh, you bad boy. Okay. That's really funny.
Oh, this is another gift for you.
Yeah, send that to me as well. I'll look at it. You might have to close and restart or something. I'm actually happier that it's Task Atlas to blame for that one, not Superposition, because I'm just racking my brain to figure out how Superposition's caring about the GUI expertise, because it shouldn't.
It shouldn't really care, should it?
No.
It's like, I don't care about you.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's
so
good. You might have to.
I'm going to close Task Atlas. Shouldn't that?
No. Well, because I know it's more the CMD that's to blame. There it stops.
Okay.
Because it's not drawing the map on CMD.
No, it's not. It's not doing any of it.
Which means the code is being interrupted before it can get to that level.
Okay. I've killed the scene view, and I've put the scene view back, and everything's okay.
Oh, it's back. Interesting. Okay.
All right.
That's an interesting one.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Not like that. Well, if it happened to me, I never released with known bugs. I guarantee you that. So if it did, you wouldn't have had that problem. So I'm going to have to try to reproduce that. Like I don't even know what you did. Like you just clicked off on object.
I just clicked off of it. Oh, it's back again.
Okay.
Right.
That's no good.
That's an interesting one, isn't it? Oh my word. Shall I kill it?
Yeah.
Kill it.
Actually, before you, wait. Go ahead.
I've killed it. It's gone.
I'm just wondering if it was caused by one of the tasks that we made or something.
Okay, we're back. We're in the other one.
There's obviously something weird going on with it.
Don't worry, I've always got two projects going on. Okay, we need to announce the winner.
All right.
So,
Shrinkray Entertainment, great assets in theory.
Drum roll. No, Chris, I've already sent him the bug.
The future best assets in a store. Don't you worry.
Exactly. They do sometimes work.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But you know what? I'm joking around here, but I'm serious. Like I'm not abandonware. Like I've been doing this like literally in an asset store for like over 2 years now. So I'm definitely in it for the long haul. I want to make sure everything is quality and fits with your projects and so forth. So if you find bugs, that's one thing. That's always annoying to find bugs, and it's not my favorite thing to work on. But if you have ideas as well, like reach out to me. Like I'm always up for cool ideas.
And he's easy to find as well.
Makes sense to it.
The winner is Pixel Shenanigans. Pixel Shenanigans has won a copy of Superposition, aka what do we call it? State Magic. Magic States. There you go. Okay. Superposition.
By the way, if I could just defend that name for a second, maybe it's really nerdy of me and no one gets it, but it comes from quantum physics, where an object can, basically be in multiple states at once, and it's until you observe it that it actually solidifies into its current state. Like Schrodinger's cat, like there's a cat in a box, is it alive or is it dead? It's both until you actually observe it. But I don't know if that really translates well.
Okay.
It's kind of what it does, right? In a kind of a metaphysical way.
Yeah.
But it's not as fun as Magic State, though. I guess like everyone loves magic.
Well, everyone does love magic, but I'm
It's an idea.
I'm thinking that having this concept of dead cat in the box maybe not the best marketing.
Oh, I toyed with a logo where I had a cat half alive and half dead. I'm not even joking. Like it was like a face of a cat, and half it was a skull, and half it was actually a cat.
Oh my word.
Just to mess with people. Like, what is it supposed to be? Oh, this is cool.
Oh my word. Okay, so Jericho, that's a default setting in the scene toolbar. What are we talking about? What did Joey say? Off topic, but in the previous scene, the leaves particles were playing in editor mode when it's not selected. Yeah, that's the particles thingamajig that you just tick it on and off. Do not play particle animation thingamajigs. The Cinti guy doing the winking emote or the winking emote. It's both. I watched Coherence on Amazon Prime last night. That movie referenced the cat too. Everyone references the dead cat. Dead cat in a box. I think you'll break mess if you start talking about quantum mechanics. I was trying to teach my kids quantum mechanics the other day. Teaching an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old.
That's the time to learn it.
Yeah, he's the scientist. It's
you know, because like learning science when you're a kid, like there's no preconceived notions of anything yet, right? You know, so it's like it's all magic still. No, it's that makes sense, of course. Yeah, black holes are real for sure.
I remember when I was young in school, I went up to the teacher and I basically went, if the Big Bang was basically us as atoms inside a hammer, and when the hammer hit down, it created the Big Bang, and then inside us is then inside another small hammer, and inside that hammer is another universe. And the teacher just looked at me and went, you know, there's actually people already doing theories about this. Here's a load of books. And I was waiting for the teacher to go, you're just mental, go away. And the teacher was like, you're a small child who's in a very childish way talking about things that people are already theorizing, coming up with ideas. Here's a load of stuff to nurture that inside you, rather than me tell you to go away and leave me alone. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
From then on, I was like, science is wonderful. Science is the best. Dead Cat Studio.
My 7-year-old asked yesterday, so like, okay, so if God made all the trees, I'm like, yeah, sure. Who made God? I'm like, oh my God. That's a bit too big of a conversation for a 7-year-old.
We've already worked out.
Very philosophical.
My son's like, well, the concept of portals, he goes to me, exists, and portals are real, because otherwise, how would people get to heaven? Because heaven doesn't exist in this dimension. So I was like,
obviously,
well, because originally they were like, heaven's in the sky, you just need to get up high enough, and then they learned about space, so they know that heaven's not like directly above us because there's space. So obviously, heaven exists in another dimension, and that's what I was talking to them about astral projection. It's like talking to 7-year-olds and 6-year-olds about astral projection, and then explaining to them about how if you're doing astral projection, you can't do it. Don't do it at home, because you don't want to open up any accidental doorways and portals into a demon dimension. And
what's that one called?
What movie was that?
There's totally a movie about that. Just watched it. Insidious.
Yes, Insidious.
Yes. Well, you know what? Now you can actually visualize it for them with editor portals.
Exactly. So now, if we were, I've actually broken this. This is multiplayer, by the way. I made a build for this, so you can all be. We did this on a stream. Not sure if you watched that one, where we used super netcode, Melba's animations, and Melba's Drake, and we made this multiplayer live on stream, and then made the build, and people downloaded it, and we started shooting each other live on the stream.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I'm trying to get back into the thing I've broken it. Right, so we're going to do it with the trees now. If the editor ever comes back. And then here we go, we're back in. So, if I select the trees are terrain trees. Okay, let's not do that then. What have I got? Should I drag in some trees? I'll drag in some trees. 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 And oh, I dragged in the most interesting of all trees. A dead tree. Alright. So imagine I've got 100 trees then.
Sure. Or you know what? Oh, make 3. Stop.
Okay. Yeah.
Now what I want you to do is make a parent object that they're going to be a part of. It's like an empty object.
Hang on.
Like almost like a folder.
I can just right click now and do create an empty parent.
Funky. Awesome. Okay, so now in there, give it a cool name.
Hang on. Empty parent. There you go.
Okay, so now enable superposition.
Superposition.
Okay, and now we're already good to go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, start out. Do that again.
Put it on
Put it
there.
on the top.
Oh, hang on. Oops. Stick it in.
There we go.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
and make sure you lock it now. Now that we got it selected.
Okay.
So stay in the parent. Yeah, you're in the parent. And
Hang
now
on,
lock.
wait. Big Gamey says he's going for num-noms. Big Gamey, we're doing another raffle. Hang on. We've done perfect F. We've done superposition. We'll do the editor portals. Oh my god, I nearly forgot its name. I feel really mean about
No, it's okay.
editor portals, aka editor zoom. What did we call it? Zoom.
I don't know.
What did
Super Zoom. I don't know.
Super zoom. Super zoom.
I'll take that under advisement. It's not a bad name, honestly.
Super zoom. Okay, is super zoom. Okay. Take it under advisement. Alright. Yes. Super zoom. Super zoom is being raffled now. Exclamation mark raffle to get a copy of Super Zoom. If you're wondering what Super Zoom is, it's the what the fudge?
There we go.
That view that I was down. Why did it make everything black?
It might have hooked to the sky, so I didn't really know where to start its position.
By the way, if you're wondering about advice on writing shaders and how shaders work for HDRP, well, Darry's in chat. Exclamation mark DE environment for
Sweet.
awesome. Oh, you did an update as well recently, a massive update for the Darry's DE environment shaders. Okay, so now we've got our empty parent. Capture
So now,
this and all its children.
Yeah, let's do the blue. Yeah, that's what we did last time.
Okay.
Okay, so now go back to what you were doing, like add more trees.
All right, add more trees. Add more trees.
Just make sure they stay on.
Oh, hang on. Oh, well, hang on. Lock.
Yes.
There you go.
Just start duplicating it. Duplicates should stay in the parent, I think. Yeah.
All right. Throw some stumps in.
Sure.
Stumpy.
Okay. So maybe throw one more. You'll get the idea. Okay. So now hit the plus button and do that. They're gone.
Oh
They're back.
my word!
They're gone. So it's not. It's. And you notice how in the parent now that they're not gone. They're just disabled.
Yeah.
I don't delete them. Like I said, there might be a reference to them. So now if something gets really cool, so restore that, and now actually delete one of them. Delete the tree in the middle.
What? Delete it.
Yeah, delete it.
Okay, hang on.
Doesn't matter which one. Okay, now do another. Now press plus again.
Okay.
Okay, so now press tick. Comes back. But you notice the name changed?
Oh, restored.
Yes, because if you delete it, I can't undelete what you deleted. So when you made the choice to actually delete the object, you deleted the references to everything else, right? That's something the user did. But I did still save what it looked like before. So it still comes back. But if you did have references to it earlier, then you will have to like restore those references.
Wasn't it?
Is it not coming back?
I was about to say, wasn't it? Wasn't it here?
Work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
good. LEDs, 0 triangles. The LEDs are all gone. Are the objects underneath it still there?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. So the references in the LODs are broken.
Yeah, I think it's just not enabling the bottom ones.
Joke says you could add garbage collection to your thing. You could accept a regex and put all that thing in one empty object. And then the user can delete it. Ah. Yo-Yo's going to pop out after the raffle. Announce the winner. The winner of Super Zoom, aka Editor Portals, is Barok Dub. Oh my word. Okay, that happens quite a bit. Editor Portals. Barok.
I wonder if we should do all the rest of the raffles right now.
Just, because people are
going away.
So
people are leaving, so
people need to eat their num nums. All right, so
yeah,
we've got Task Atlas.
Soon.
Let's do Task Atlas, and then we've got the bundle. Task Atlas. Task Atlas doesn't need another name. Its name is awesome.
I love that name. Yeah, that one's I'm proud of. A perfect F, can't get more perfect than that.
No, you can't get more perfect than perfect F. Alright, so exclamation mark raffle to get a copy of Task Atlas. Now that Big Gamey's walked out. Oh no, Big Gamey's still in because I'm not leaving till I do my raffle.
Is that a terrain object?
These? No, these are just chucked in.
No, I mean like the path that's on it. Like, is that a terrain or is that a mesh?
Oh no, yeah, this is a terrain.
Yeah, you could try a superposition with the terrain if you want.
Oh.
Kind of neat. So what you want to do is do you can do the yellow one because it's just one object.
Okay.
And draw like a hill.
What, like hill?
Yeah, draw a hill or do a splat or something. Yeah.
Okay.
And then press the plus.
Okay.
Yeah. And then.
Oh.
That's super handy. If you're like sculpting an area, and you think, oh man, maybe I should have 3 rivers instead of 2. You could try it. That should work too. I think it works with splat mass and everything. Hey?
That's freaking helpful because many times I've ballsed up my terrain.
Yep. Might even be the most useful feature on it.
Too bad you can't automatically create new ones on a timer. That's quite easy to add. That'd be quite easy to add that.
To like, that'd be interesting.
Like an autosave.
Yeah, like maybe that's not a crazy idea actually on certain things. Now we can have it sort of saving states on like, can even like detect when it's. You can do like a checksum on the terrain and whatever it notices a change, it'll like save in 5 minutes afterwards or something.
I always duplicate the terrain. I said, this is great. Do you know what though? This has now got me going. I want to have the painted of here with the hills from here.
Yeah, combine them.
Yeah. Super save.
Yeah.
Super save.
That's theoretically possible, right? Like I just have to like measure the delta between the two states and sort of like merge them together somehow.
I'm loving this. Right, who's won this? Okay, not this, as in the to the Task Atlas next raffle. But this is was Pixel Shenanigans won the copy of this one, which is what we're playing about now, which is Magic States, Super Save, or Superposition.
Superposition.
Whatever you want to call it.
Officially.
We don't care about officials.
You know what? If you're watching this video 6 months later, maybe you just go to the Shrinkray main site, because the names might be radically different than what we described in this video. So.
And even if you're watching this tomorrow, just click on the link for Shrinkray's asset store page, because none of the names we've mentioned here, even today, are valid.
Might even change the company name. We'll see.
The winner is Bugged Up. Oh, let's see, who is it? What have I clicked? I've clicked the wrong button. The winner is Zap Fur Tracker, Chris. Yondernaut Games, Chris. Zap.
Good job.
Fur Trapper. Hopefully, this is going to find its way being supported in Neo FPS. Task Atlas. So now when you're working on your Neo FPS games, you're going to be able to make tasks from with Neo FPS and Task Atlas natively working together. It's like, because like, do not give me more things to update in Neo. By the way, Chris, how is the archery going in Neo FPS? I've been meaning to chase up to see how you're getting on with that. I've been trying to get Neo FPS to have all of the features that you would need in your Rust clone, because at the moment it's awesome. Have you played about with Neo FPS?
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I think I might have got on a bundle or something recently, though. Actually, so
it wasn't a sale recently. What? Chris?
No, a while ago.
Were you in a bundle, Chris? Yondernaut's Games?
I'm pretty sure I have it.
I heard a rumor about a bundle raffle. But there is a bundle raffle. Now we're gonna do the bundle.
Yes.
Big Game is like, I'm not going to mention it. Big bundle, baby. Okay.
Neo FPS, I'm pretty sure I have it. Maybe it just got on sale then.
He's never been in a bundle. He bought it in a sale.
Yeah.
It was in a flash sale. You probably got it for £1.
Possibly.
It is quite quickly become everyone's favorite FPS controller for Unity. However, still doesn't have bows and arrows. Got a crossbow, but no bows and arrows. So you need your bows and arrows, your throwing spears, and your poking spears. You got your guns, and then you've got all your rocket launchers and everything, so that your Rust clone is easy to make. That's what you want. So now we're doing the bundle. The bundle does not have Superposition, aka Magic States. Yet. There'll probably be one in the future. I'm loving this.
Yes.
So if I go now, go like this, paint that big blob there. Then I'll go, oh, missing. No. Let's add some of these, some of that, some of those. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. And let's try to make it crash.
Yeah, that's the limit here.
Okay. Plus. Oh my word, it didn't crash.
Yay!
That is nuts.
When I was first working on the train part, I was actually using Gaia Pro to really push it to the limits, and like it actually does like restore. It's like damps and stuff like that. Vegetation Studio too almost works perfectly with it, because there is some scriptable objects involved in there. But it's kind of cool. Like if you had all your trees in a desert biome, and and then you wanted to flip it to, a tropical biome or something like that, that's a scriptable logic, but you have to just basically put it on top of the vegetation. Funny, vegetation studio object. You save a state so you can flip back and forth between those settings because you might have different like configurations in the biomes and so forth. And it works pretty decently. So it's almost like it supercharges like existing assets already. But again, it's not perfect because really complicated assets, they have like a lot of scriptable logics. I think I even tried it with Neo FPS and it worked on a lot of things, but some things was a little bit funny. Just because like you might change a lot of settings and those will keep, but there's some settings that will not keep between different states because they're scriptable objects. So you just got to be aware of that.
There you go. This is your new banner for the advert.
That's awesome.
And now, actually, you know what? Oh, bugger me sideways. I've broken it. I've broken the.
Oh yeah, it was like I was using the right click on that. There you go. That's working. That's funny.
Oh, I need to get used to. There you go. Okay, no.
Trippy.
There we go. I did the perfect death.
Okay. Yeah, actually, by the way, when you do perfect death on a terrain, it zooms out to the terrain. Very much like Task Atlas would.
There you go.
Cool.
Now, anyone remember Mad Maps? I loved Mad Maps. Crazy editing tool like Photoshop layers you could copy across scenes. I loved that interview we had with Mad Maps. Okay, the winner of the bundle, which doesn't include Superposition. Click plus before I forget. Bleep. Bleep. Oh, it's brilliant. Is Stella. Stella, congratulations. Oh my word. And if everyone who's won an asset tonight, do not forget, leave a review on the Unity Asset Store. Exclamation mark. Shrinkray.
Unless it's a bad review, then don't leave a bad review. I'm half joking. If you really want to leave a bad review, go ahead. But reach out to me first, because if there's a glitch, or if there's when you like read reviews and someone's like complaining about a bug and they give you a 1 star, you're like, dude, I would rather fix that for you and like really make you happy instead of like having that 1 star stay on there forever, even though the bug's like long been fixed. It just kills your rating on the store. So I'm fully available. Like if there's ever an issue, like come to me first. But if you love it, don't hesitate. Go to the store. It really helps us small guys that are like really trying to make a name for ourselves to get on the radar of the algorithms. Because if you don't get ratings, so like they just think you don't exist. So really appreciate that kind of stuff.
I love that people still need to be taught the reviews on the Asset Store are not the support method channels for you to be raising your bugs. Oh, there you go. Fresh Meat says, go bathe the kids. Good night. Freshie, you weren't in chat earlier when I was talking about how much I love Canada. Where are you, mate? I love Canada. Canada, the best place in the world. If you didn't know, Shrinkray,
Canada.
If you couldn't tell from his accent, it's Canadian. There you go.
Do I have an accent?
From the French Canada.
Actually, from the prairies, so. They call us rednecks.
How many lumberjacks have you got around there?
Oh, quite a bit, actually.
What I love is that my kids know the difference between real maple syrup and fake maple syrup. Even now. Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
Do I have an accent, eh?
Hey. Yeah, like, usually people think of, like, Ontario, like, from Toronto kind of accents.
Oh, my word. Well, Stella, Irish, I have new toys, and one of them is super cool, super cool and appropriate for me. Exactly, these are super cool. If you do find any bugs, red things in your consoles, save them and send them over to them so they can actually fix it, like I've done today. And remember that bugs are just features that you didn't know about. So there you go. Surprise features. Buddy, thank you so much for coming on. This, I'll tell you what, I can't work out which is my favorite of your assets now. I loved Task Atlas. Task Atlas is amazing. Part of me is thinking it's Task Atlas is my favorite because, being a tasky project management person, obviously I would be a fan of that. But I'm loving the superposition, aka magic states. I really need to get better at using the editor portal, magic gun, or super zoom.
Scene sniper.
Scene sniper. Scene sniper. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to make a landmark of here.
Thanks, Stella.
This is superposition. We're going to try and break his assets one last time before we go. Okay. This is a screenshot that's been taken. It's Atlas mode needs one more. Okay, need another landmark. Okay, down over here. I should have used the bloody editor portals to get down here. I'm still such a noob. Okay, new landmark. I'm gonna call this one noob. McBoy says, gonna be honest, when I saw superposition on the store, I kind of ignored it because the design and colors of the window, I thought it was low quality, unfinished, but it does look pretty good. I might pick it up. Yeah, it is lovely. Parts.
You know what? I agree with you. It's on my list to polish it up and make the look of it a little nicer.
Atlas mode requires at least one landmark to be added. Open window.
It's still doing?
Why is it still doing that?
You know, it's kind of funny. I noticed it doesn't have the green settings bar next to it as well. I think you broke it already.
Did I manage to break it already?
Because it's supposed to show a little settings thing as well, not just that icon.
Huh.
Something's going wrong there. Are you able to like double click on click on the picture?
Yeah.
And, okay, that works at least.
Yeah.
It's not fully broken. That's weird.
That's weird, isn't it?
Not too bad. That's anticlimactic.
Want to be famous? Want to buy followers? No. Okay, now we're going to try and break it.
Okay.
So, superpositions here. I'm going to use magic states.
Yeah.
And now, when does it update the little picture?
It's manual. So click on the pin.
The pin. This
Yeah.
pin. That
And
pin?
just press refresh. Yep. Press refresh landmark image. Second button.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And now if I can't remember which one I had it on. I think it was this.
I had an idea to have like a live mode as well, where it just constantly takes a picture, so like it's literally animated.
Oh wow, that
It'd
would
be kind of cool. You could see the torches flicker and so forth, but that would use a lot of resources. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. Maybe some people might find that cool.
And then other people will be like, "Why does my editor now crawl?"
Exactly,
Because I have a potato.
Exactly. So you got to be careful on how cool features you give sometimes, because sometimes they backfire.
You've got to make features that actually serve a purpose. That'd
be eye candy, but it'd be like, what is it actually? What's the point of that?
What value are you trying to achieve? Really?
Yeah.
What value are you giving? What benefit have you given someone by doing that?
Exactly.
So it says in response to earlier comment about the aesthetics. Aesthetics can always change, right? First, it's important that the asset does its job. When free time, make it cooler. Exactly. Does it work? Does it do the thing right? Yes.
Yeah.
Does
I like the
blow
concept
your
of
mind?
minimal viable product. Make sure it does its main thing first before you get all fancy. That's the idea. Like that's why superposition, like it does its main thing first, and I think it does it pretty well. The UI and UX, I could fix that later.
You know about the minimal lovable product, yeah?
Exactly.
Minimal viable product. You like get the least amount of features needed for you to get it out to market or pitch it out in the POC or whatever you're doing, whatever reach is, that make it work. So the minimum features that you need for something to work. The minimal lovable product is the minimum thing that you need to wow, that delighter, that exciter in your. So the thing about this, not superposition one, with the Task Atlas one, this kind of stuff, these are delighted. Nobody ever thinks that they need this. Nobody ever thinks, oh, well, you know what? I need a little screenshot and to be able to teleport to different areas. But once you've got it, you can't let it go. You're like, tomorrow when I load up Unity, I'll be like, where's my magic zapper? Where's my magic zapper gone? I can't find it. And then I remembered that Task Atlas isn't natively inside Unity, and I got to import it myself. And then I've got to use Yolan's asset manager to make templates. And then every new project I would have this built in as standard using Yolan's asset manager, using the template system, ! Asset manager AM ! Yolan. I think ! Yolan in chat. And then we can play about with superposition on every single thing as well, making sure that you click on the padlock though if you are using the blue one. So yeah, don't forget that.
I think I should make a in-depth tutorial video on superposition. I think that would go a long way.
It will do. And if you have people winking in that video as well.
And some dead cats.
And some dead cats. Yes, let's not. Buddy, thank you so much for coming on. I've had so much fun, honestly. I love them all. Yeah, no,
I had a blast. This is great.
I wish that you get more like exposure on the store pages, because you deserve it, these.
Well, I'm going to put on my description pages that these are assets Methocoder cannot live without now. So that'll do it.
Do you know what? That will get possibly an extra 2 people, and that helps.
Hey, I'll take it. I love every single one of my clients, whether it's 1 or 10, doesn't matter.
Pixel Shenanigans says, great assets. Thank you, Pixel Shenanigans. You have won this superposition that will allow me, by the way, if I just go over here, to go, you know what? I'd prefer not to have so many trees. Bleep. Or that's still too many trees. You know what? Less trees. Bleep. You know what? I want to have the bump. Bleep. But then I forgot where the bump was. So I really should have made a landmark for it. Shouldn't I?
Hi, combining the assets. There you go. Yeah.
Man, I should have first, when I was prototyping where I put my hill, I should have made a landmark, because then I would remember where it was. Oh my word. You can't live without, you need all of them. You need all of them, people. And on that note, get yourself some food. I'm going to call you, I was about to call you, get yourself some food, superposition man. Adam's in the void on the Discord, Shrinkray Entertainment on the Asset Store. Buddy, I'll let you say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's like I said, it's an honor to be on your show. So had a blast, a lot of fun. Maybe I'll fix some of these bugs and I could try it again. with new features in the future, who knows?
Exactly. Linked up with Jira and on a connection with Scene Fusion as well. Exactly. It was when you get back from your vacation, though. I'll let you get back from your vacation first. Have a great one, pal.
Okay, thanks so much.
If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button. And right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.